Now, let's face it, we have a lot of power hungry devices that need charging, and sometimes charging on the go is a challenge. And even when you're not on the go, charging is a challenge because these devices are requiring more power than ever, especially if you want to have fast charging capabilities. So, today we're going to take a look at two solutions, one that's going to power your devices on the go, and another when you're at your desk. So, the first one we're looking at here is a high powered multi device charging solution, right? And this is 165 watts from Anker that is going to be able to charge your devices when you're in the train, plane, or even when you're on holiday and just backpacking or on the go. It's a power bank. It's a portable power bank that has two cool features. It has a retractable charging cable, and it has this lanyard right here that is actually a wrist strap that is also a power cable. So we're going to see how that works. Now, the other solution that we have for Anker is this power brick. Power brick, 140 watts, 4 ports, and it's going to charge super fast your devices. All your devices. If you have a MacBook Pro, it's going to work. If you have a laptop, it's going to work. Tablets, you name it. If it has a USB-C port, you're going to be able to charge with these as well. So let's get right to it. Now, the very first product we're going to take a look at is their 165 watt battery backup solution that you're going to be able to take with you no matter where you go. We're talking about 165 watts of total power, 25,000 milliamp hours, and it has two built-in cables that you're going to see. This cable that you see right here is actually a charging cable, and then it has one that's retractable right here. So you basically have a 0.72 feet cable, right? This is the one that you have right here. And then you have a retractable 2.3 foot retractable cable, and it's the one that comes out right here. Let me show you this really quick. That's no joke. Let me show you again that length. Whoa, that is super long. I'm going to put it back in. Think about how many times you are looking to charge any smart device and you have to have a cable and then the battery, and just the mess that that creates. Everything all in once. Now, that cable, as you're pulling it out, you may be asking yourself, wow, what if that breaks? Well, Anker's tested that 20,000 retractions, pulling it out and retracting it to see what the durability is, and they're super durable. Now, it does come packed with USB ports, right? So you have this one that's a power port, this is a power port, and then you have some additional power ports. It actually has a USB-C one that basically could do 100 watts, a C2 that can do 100 watts, a C3 that could do 100 watts, and then it has a USB-A that has a maximum output of 33 watts. Lots of power here. Now, the other solution that I want to highlight, and we'll take a closer look at, is this battery solution. This guy is small. Take a look at that. 140 watts of power. And pretty much both of these devices are intelligent. What they're going to do is, as you plug in devices into these, again, chargers, it's going to automatically distribute the power as those devices demand it. These right here, too, have displays. You're going to see the displays power up, and it's going to be highly informational. It's going to tell you everything that's going on. So let's take a closer look. And then this is super cool. I still have the plastic on it, but want to show you a couple things that are going on. First of all, you have a power button here, and as I press it, you're going to see that the display will come up and tell you how much power you have. And then you have your USB-A, USB-C, and then your USB-A. Nothing going on the bottom. Now at the top here, you do see your retractable cable, and it's magnetic too. So when you put it in here, it kind of locks into place really nicely. And as I said, it just comes out just like that. Woohoo, right? 2.3 feet. Then you have this wrist strap, and this wrist strap, right, doubles as a USB-C cable. And they've tested it so that you basically don't have to worry about using it as a wrist strap and potentially damaging the cable, which I think is also pretty fantastic, and it catches right here. So let me show you what happens with this device. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my Samsung phone. I'm going to make sure I clear everything that's going on it. And what I'm looking for here is to see if it charges super fast. I'm going to plug it in, and I'm looking for that teal light up. It's teal, and you see super fast charging 2.0, 45 minutes of full charge. Now you'll notice here on screen, as it's doing this, you could see that the display is showing what it's charging, the output rate, 27 watts, and it's going to continue to provide power at 28 watts. The charging rate that basically this is outputting is based on what your phone is demanding, right? It's going to demand. So it will demand the fastest possible rate, and then this is going to react to it. Now here, guess what? I'm going to charge my iPhone. So here I have the latest iPhone. I'm going to plug it in. Battery's pretty low on this iPhone. And we're going to see what's going to happen. Now you'll notice here, you have two charging opportunities going on. Now what's happening is that they're both charging 22 watts and the other one is 29 watts. Notice how, and this is what I found that was really cool. Typically when you're charging these solutions, they kind of almost reset themselves, right? You lose charge from one and then the next one charges. This doesn't do that. So again, typically on these devices that are smart when it comes to plugs, you plug in one device, it starts charging at a specific rate. Then when you plug the second device, what ends up happening is it resets and then distributes the power again. In this case, this one maintained its 29 watt charge rate, and this one's now charging at 27 watts. This can charge super fast. When you combine it with this right here, and you start charging this, you'll be able to charge this in like an hour because this thing charges so fast, especially with the 140 watts coming in. But you can see total watts that's going out is well over 50 watts coming into each one of these devices. And again, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra didn't reset itself, which I really like. And I also have two more ports that are available. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and now try out this power brick and see how it charges. We're gonna go ahead and plug this in and we're gonna see, let's do this, it's upside down. We can see it this way. There we go. So you can see 140 watts, it woke up. It's gonna give us a little smiley face and it's gonna go to sleep. Watch that in a second. There it goes, it's sleeping because nothing's going on. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my Samsung S25 Ultra and see how much it's gonna chew from this. Super fast charging came up and it looks like it's hitting 20, 19, 20, 21, 22 watts. 22 watts, all right. Now let's go ahead and let's see, we have our iPhone. We're gonna plug in our iPhone as well. Get our iPhone plugged in. Now our iPhone is charging and it renegotiated, right? Which is what we would expect for this. I didn't see that in the battery, but we saw it here. Power rating is going up again to 27 watts for the iPhone, 22 watts for the Samsung phone. So it's between 27 and 28. All right, 22, 28. I'm going to swap the slots to see if there's anything going on special with those slots, just to see if anything changes. So I just inverted them or replug them in the different sequence. So now the iPhone is on top and it's taking 27 watts still. And then the S25 Ultra is on the bottom, still taking 22. So it doesn't matter where it is. It tells me that, the plugs are doing what they need to do. One of the things I want to see though, is you saw 20 something watts coming out of these guys. How much will this draw? How much is this thing capable of giving it? So we're gonna go ahead and plug this in and we're gonna see how much power we're gonna get. So here we have the charging has started and we're seeing 60 watts, 70 watts, 96 watts, 96 watts of power, 96 watts of power. And you can see how fast this thing is charging. Look at that. It is just clocking. That is a fast charger, 71%. And it's almost like every second it's going up. You see that? That is super cool. So this will charge super fast, this battery, which means that, if you're on the go and you need to get this charged really quick, this is definitely the way to go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see what is the power rating change when I plug in my Samsung phone to charge as well, because it's going to take from the 140. Let's see. I'm going to plug that in. It's renegotiating the power settings. It's not charging as fast as anymore. But now we're looking at 38, 44, 54, 59, 67, 67, 66. And then we're looking at 22 on the Samsung. And notice the charging rate. It's still going at a healthy clip. Maybe not at the same clip of the 90 right now because we're hovering between, probably we can round it up to 70, 67, but that's still pretty good. So again, this is a great solution. The combination, both of them, like if you're going to get one, I would highly recommend that you get them both because, this is a travel charger for charging your devices, with that 140 watts is spectacular. This with the retractable cable, Nilda and I, when we go on vacation, I'm always the mule that carries the power charging solutions. And I always carry one of these with a cable Now I can carry just this on its own because it has two cables for two phones. And literally, when I have my little backpack on, I just extend the cable out to what she needs, and she's walking. We're walking typically side by side, and this is definitely enough for her to charge her device and me to charge mine, and still have it secure in our backpack. Super cool. So make sure you check out both of these products out, because I think that these both are definitely, definitely double buys. See you in the next one.